Hello, welcome back to Final Fantasy VIII Remastered Commentary Playthrough. This will be part 8. Right now we're going to head into Dollet and do some side objectives here. In the last episode we were doing some stuff with the Timber Resistance Group, meeting Renoa, stuff like that. So now what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to head over to this forest that they laid out for you, but we're going to do some side questing in Dollet first. So this is the town or the city that we had that intro mission where we were fighting the giant spider and going up to the communication tower. As I mentioned before, you can rent cars and kind of drive around if you don't want to deal with battles or anything, but it's not really worth it. So mainly what we're here to do is to pick up a new rare card and get another Timber Maniac. So if you head in here to the hotel, just pay the 100 gil. You probably don't need a rest, but this is just for the Timber Maniac to spawn right here at this table. And that'll be the third one that we picked up in the game. You can choose to save your game, all sorts of stuff. Make sure that you do have at least Siren with her move find ability attached to one of your characters at this point, because there are going to be some hidden save and draw points throughout the city, especially in one specific area that we're going to have to go to. You can come up here to where we ran out to the communication tower early in the game, and there will be some scenes that play out. We could do this a lot later, though, and I usually save that for when we run through these areas all over again. And off to the side here, the Nautilus store, you get a junk shop and a regular shop. If you need to stock up on anything, go ahead and do it. Typically at this point, I would probably just pick up a few antidotes and other status healing medicines. We're going to get inflicted with a lot of stuff from here on out. But just a few to cure it. S unit magic's pretty good at this stage. And nothing new here. So the NPC on the bridge is someone that we really need to talk to. So this little side quest involving a kid and the dog and an old man. I guess we can do it. That is some nice stuff. Here you'll get the remains of that spider machine. Really nothing around here. So we'll just do this is a pretty easy side quest here. The painter guy is just mad at the kid for always ruining his paintings. And the bone is supposed to be like a indicator of where we need to go, search around. We'll talk to the kid, and then we'll head over to the fountain. Thank goodness for time save speed with this part. So I think we're supposed to talk to the dog first. Oh, you gotta interact with the painting, okay. So yeah, just interact with the painting. The side quests I haven't done in years. Just kind of usually skip this thing because it's not that great. And that's all the side quest is really going to do, is just net us a bunch of basic items and stuff like that. He'll come back in here, he'll get even more mad at this kid. And that's the painting of the bridge area, so we just go up a few screens here. Coochie coochie coo. And this will be right outside the shop. And that was pretty much it for that part of the side quest. This painter guy, he actually is kind of important for the Queen of Cards side quest, which I'm not going to be doing in this playthrough. There's multiple guides that show how to do the Queen of Cards. I just think it's annoying. She's okay. She's, you know, she can help you spread rules around a region, or you can abolish rules as well. But generally, I've always just kind of played with the region rules. Random is literally one of the worst rules in the game, but there are some tricks around it too. And generally, I mean, you're probably going to save scum anyway because you don't want to lose your best cards. So we'll come up these stairs, hit this Timber Maniac, and that'll be the fourth one we found in the game. So you can't enter that hallway until we talk to this guy and actually give him a card battle. So if you have the GF Siren and you have a move find ability, this save point is actually one of the hidden ones. Just saves us from a ton of walking back through the city. Just in case things go wrong. So, with the random roll, let's see. Yeah, so with the random roll, we are gonna have to have our hands randomly drawn for us. So, to get out of this situation, okay, good. As long as the open roll can spread everywhere, it's great. And you can manipulate that. So if you get a roll that you don't want spread around the region, just reload your game and try to get something different. Anything with open or same or something like that are pretty good ones to have. With this though, generally you just want to get rid of your weak cards. So if you have cards that you're willing to part with, which I would say anything that are weak to monsters, as long as they're not your GFs or your player cards or any kind of like boss cards, because they are kind of strong, I would get rid of the weaker ones for sure. This will net you a lot of pretty good items. Some things that you can use to teach quests to some stuff too. You'll actually need to end up having 6 steel pipes overall, so if you can, I would turn those elastoids into steel pipes every single chance you get. You're gonna need 1 Marlowe. You're gonna end up needing a bunch of tentacles too, so really, really difficult item to get though, on its own. I'm very keen on some of these guys. So generally just try to keep something like this. I mean, pretty strong hand still. So what we're going to try to do is that we want to win at least 1 card battle against him in here, so that he'll progress into his secret room. And then once he goes to the secret room, then we will be able to win the Siren card off of him. So I'm going to play cards with this guy and hopefully not get my butt kicked too much. And then I'll rejoin once we beat him. This is actually a pretty interesting pull I had here. That's kind of a rare pull, to be honest. So let's see here, we'll just do this. Yeah, just simple, try to bait him out. Make the NPCs make bad moves here. So because I got lucky and actually won the Siren card from that first hand, if you didn't get lucky like that, then you would have to do it in here. And then you could just continuously battle him. And then, you know, just kind of play with that random roll. I mean, it is what it is. Continue to win cards as much as you can and turn them into items if you don't want the really bad ones. But with that, the Siren card turns into status attacks. So you can actually choose to use this and teach it to your lower level GFs that don't know this, and then you can actually have a full team of everyone who knows how to use a status element for their attack, basically. So, like with Squall, you know, we have Blind set to it. So you can have, like, another character set with Silence, another one set with Sleep, you know, and then other status elements that come about once we get Bio. You can start poisoning things. It's ridiculous. So you can use Siren if you want. I would still go with the suggestion of not doing it, but generally I don't really play that card often. And it's just something, because it's not really that strong of a card to begin with compared to our player cards. So just something to consider. Status attack, you know, pretty useful. You know, you've seen me use it on boss battles already. So if you just walk around here and you just kind of spam these books, they some of them will actually drop items, and quite frequently actually. So you kind of have to like walk around, hit it at different angles, and then you're just going to keep getting items from it. I don't know when it stops, I just kind of keep going until I don't want to smash X anymore. But this pile of books right here, just keep smashing X and you should pull some interesting stuff out of here. Okay, interesting. And usually I leave and then I re-enter and then come back to see if more stuff. Yeah, there we go. Usually when you get that, like a different kind of message, other than there's nothing interesting here, it means that there's still stuff stuffed in these books. There we go. That's what we wanted. So keep going back and forth enough until you can get the Occult Fan 2. That was the rare drop inside of that pile of books there that we needed. And then this is going to tell more of the story from the first one. So the first Occult Fan we found inside of the library of Willam Garden. And this one was just talking about steel pipes, loud sounds, and impact killing a monster. And then the second one just details someone actually seeing what this thing was, and dropping another hint about Marlboros. You know, so this is just kind of like obscurity. So you would have no idea how to do this if you're not doing this with a guide. Which honestly, this was a thing that I missed many times back then. So just keep in mind something about Marlboros and something about steel pipes. So then with all the new things that we just got from refining all those cards, you can actually start teaching Questis some new blue magics from a lot of that stuff too. So you just kind of want to look down the list, see what you can give her. The generator is actually really powerful. It's pretty much an insta-kill. Can't use it on bosses, but you can use it on like regular monsters. Pretty much everything in this game is kind of susceptible to death. Aqua Death, really powerful. Now, it's kind of unfortunate that you have to use the Marlboro Tentacle in order to teach her something, but we will get, you know, enough of these in the late game anyway, so just teach her Bad Breath. A very good spell to use, you know, if you're trying to inflict a bunch of different status elements. Some of the bosses are actually susceptible to that, so Quest is not too bad to have in the party at this time. If you're just going to use her limit breaks. Yeah, so with that, we completed the dog the dog and child quest. We got the siren card, and got the 2 timber maniacs that are within the city. So other things that you could do here is just kind of advance the Queen of Cards quest line if you need to. Honestly, just something I don't want to bother with, so there's just a much easier way to gain every single card in the game at the end game anyway. And then from here we can actually go over here and kind of see the scene if we want, but I'm just going to hold off on that because it's available pretty much the entire game. And then we came over with the Occult Fan 2 as well, so there's a lot of good stuff that we just picked up inside this town just for taking this little bit of a detour. If you come down this way, there's really nothing else but just more scenery. Stuff that we didn't get to see about the city in the runaround of the first time. This dude in this cool looking wheelchair. The city just kind of wraps around itself from here. Well, that's Dollet in a nutshell. So then once you complete that, you can just take the road back, or you can just get in a whole bunch of battles. It's up to you. But if you just run this road, this forest that's directly in front of me is where we need to be heading next. But we're just going to take our second detour and we're going to head back into the city of Timber. And we're going to grab some stuff that we weren't able to because of the story. A lot of the enemies in the grasslands areas are going to be pretty easy to deal with. The geezers are absolutely one of the weakest monsters in the game. Even late game, they'll die from one attack. And then I would draw floats, and at least enough for 100 for one character. Float's actually a really good magic to use against, like, I think 2 or 3 bosses. The only thing with this guy is that he's a bit of a faster monster, so we'll have to deal with his attacks as we go. But he's not doing that much damage, so. Their dive bomb attack kind of misses frequently. But if we really, really worry about it, you can always just kind of attack him and blind him, and now he's just going to miss every single turn almost. That should be funny. And then just kind of stick float on whoever you think might need it. There we go. So float will actually do exactly what it is, and it just makes you float. So you can avoid any kind of earth damage, quake, stuff like that. Whenever you see the magic casted on you, it'll make you pretty much invulnerable to it. And we'll actually need it for an upcoming boss in the future, because it'll make it a little bit more manageable. But at our stats and our level right now, I think we'll be fine for the majority of the first and second disc from here. Just run this road back. Hop off over here. And just head into Timber. Yeah, so windmill is a really, really good thing to have at this point. So if you get 5 windmills, you can actually create 100 tornadoes. You can get these by those monsters cards. So if you run into them in the field and you just want to card them, which I would highly recommend, card them and you won't gain experience, but you will gain their card. Turn them into windmills. At least get 5, and then if you turn these, into 100 tornadoes and equip it to someone's strength, they will be hitting in the thousands at this point in the game. Tornado is a step above arrow, so it's just a really powerful magic to have. And let's see if we can actually run into one. Just kind of showcase this because I haven't shown it on screen yet. And then our GFs will learn new abilities. Little Selfie here will be the one to card the monsters. We'll go ahead and save this. And if you just kind of run around in this plains area, you have a high chance of meeting those winged monsters. And these little guys. Doom, I would probably save that for last. Doom is just a countdown of death. Not really useful. By the time you even cast it, you'll probably already have the enemies eliminated. So just learn something more useful like Spirit plus 20 or Elemental Attack Junction. I'd probably go with Spirit for now. Let's see here, Siren. You can learn Magic plus 20. Diabolos is still learning. And then with these GF abilities, if you want to use their Summon Magic plus 10% or their GF HP plus 10%, if you want to learn those, I mean, go ahead by all means, but all it's going to do is just literally raise their HP from 10, 20, 30, 40%, and then their Summon Magic damage is, it also raises the same way, 10, 20, 30, 40. So you can just have stronger hitting GFs or, stronger GFs as far as health is concerned. Not a super concern at the early stage of the game, though. I don't even really summon them, so. Alright, so in order to card an enemy, you gotta have to weaken it. You can card it and hopefully you get lucky, but if you cause some damage to it, it'll just increase your chances. Kind of like Morph from Final Fantasy VII. Like you just need to weaken the monster just a bit. Just hopefully don't draw any criticals. And then you see there, just carding an enemy. You won't gain any experience. You might gain items. You'll always get AP2 for the win. So at the very least, you'll always earn item, or not always, but you'll generally earn items, and you'll definitely get the AP for defeating that monster. And then if we take towards the card mod, and then you'll see, I guess they don't. Windmills are created by, okay, Okay, so the thrust varies. So that was the rare drop. That was the issue with that. So in order to get windmills, we actually need... Let's see here if I can find it. The abyss worms. These are the cards that turn into windmills, which this is a monster that we're not going to find anywhere on the world map right now where we're at. So, sorry for that misleading information. So I guess you have to kind of battle those and then just hope that you get lucky and they drop. But with that, you know, you're gaining experience and stuff, so it's up to you if you want to kind of hang around this area and gain some experience or not. But I absolutely don't need it right now, so. I'll card them anyway. Alright, so we'll head back into Timber, and then we'll actually visit this hotel. There's actually, let's see here. I think we can get this for free. Yeah, so if Renault's not in your party, he's not going to give you any more potions. This NPC, if you come back to him and tell him, like, don't give up on your dream, he'll become a journalist eventually, but if you don't do this at all and you kind of skip him, this is missable, and when you return to the town at a later stage in the game, he's just going to make a comment about, like, I wish somebody would have told me not to give up. So just kind of do the right thing and tell him, hey, don't give up on your dreams, man. And the Blizzaga draw point there probably will not respawn for the entirety of the game. And if you didn't see it in the last episode, this pile of magazines in front of me houses the Girl Next Door magazine. You do want to grab that before you continue on and you get deeper into the story, because it's going to be used for a, not really a side quest, but it's just kind of an item that you'll need for a later sequence in the game, so you can earn yourself another rare card. And if you forgot, talk to this man right here. Tell him that you like drinks. Drink from the faucet. And that is a free heal for you. Just don't take his money in his cover, otherwise you'll lose some seed rank. Well, there's a later section where we can actually get the hotel for free, because you have to kind of rescue the kid he gets like his foot caught or something, and he trips over. You save him from the train actually hitting him, and you'll get a free trip to the hotel. But if you rest at the hotel now, you'll pay 100 gil, and then you'll be able to pick up the 5th Timber Maniac magazine here. But I'll just wait until we can do that sequence. because you actually get some seed rank with saving the kid. So once we enter the forest, there's going to be another Laguna dream sequence here. You kind of want to set your party up before this happens, because you're going to get... Now, the game doesn't tell you this, but you're going to have to figure it out once you see what members kind of drop in the forest and are getting all sleepy. So for this sequence, it's going to be Squall, Selfie, and then Questus is actually going to fall asleep in this one too. So you'll want to junction exchange everything over to Questus to kind of prepare for this. Otherwise, you're going to have some GFs that are not going to be equipped. And you'll have one character from the dream sequence that won't have any kind of magics or anything. So it'll just be a kind of a bad start in there. So I just want to check everyone, make sure you like what your settings are here. There will be no boss fights going into that dream sequence, but there will be a lot of like little monster battles here and there. So just keep learning the abilities that you want to learn. Low AP cost. And then once we're settled with that, we'll go ahead and jump into the dream sequence, but then I'll make another video for the dream sequence itself, since it's kind of a longer section. So just head into this forest. Alright, so we'll continue the next part here at this dream sequence area. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys picked up on some pretty cool things you can do there with the Dollet side questing. That stuff will always be available too, like late game, but I think it's generally better just to get it over with now before things get really chaotic with that card game. So thanks for watching.